Good evening, everybody. This is a quick video. Battery's almost dead, but not a toolbox tour update today. A wrenching on the Jeep update, I guess. So I'm sure anybody who's a mechanic or weekend warrior like me, or whatever you want to call myself, can relate to this. Sometimes you wonder why engineers have to be assholes. So a few weeks ago, I noticed a big blue puddle on my driveway in the snow. And I quickly determined it was windshield washer fluid. So obviously my reservoir is leaking from somewhere. So when I brought the truck or the Jeep in the shop, and I noticed that the windshield reservoir was down below the seam, where the top clear plastic mates with the black plastic. So I figured it's probably leaking from the seam somewhere. So I filled it up with water a little bit, and it ran dry a little bit too again. It ran out a bit. So decided I better take it out and inspect, see maybe it was, if I can find a crack or something. But Chrysler, in their infinite wisdom, decided to have the windshield washer reservoir, which was right here, be the mounting bracket for the computer and the ABS pump. So in order to get that out, I had to take those bolts out, which is not a big deal. But I also had to unplug that plug, that plug, that plug, move my light hood thingy here. I had to pull all this out, move the relay for my air compressor. I had to pull the wheel well down just to get the windshield reservoir out. Why can't it be a jug like the overflow where that's the only thing that it is, instead of having to pull everything else out? It's one of those things where you wonder why. Why do you have to make it difficult? Why does it have to be that way? Just why? The people who design these have like just carny hands, no offense to carnies, but I've got big hands. I'm a big guy. I got big hands. My hands don't fit in some of these spots. And it's just like, I want to sometimes take the skinny end of a fishing rod, that real flexible part, and whack them upside the head. Or just force them once in their lifetime to actually work on a vehicle that they designed themselves. And believe me, this is a mild thing. Like this is easy. Talking to a technician up at a dealership, he's like, "Oh, I do those in 15 minutes." Well, I'm not a technician, so it takes me longer. But other ones like the exhaust manifold bolt, the exhaust manifold crossover pipe, right over top of the transmission bolt. So you have to loosen the exhaust anytime you want to change the filter on this thing. What a pain in the ass. Just royal pain in the ass. So that's my little rant. Right now I have it filled up with antifreeze again, because I had to use antifreeze because it's got alcohol in it, so I don't want to just use water. And I have it sitting outside right now, and I'm testing it to see if it leaks again. Because the mechanic guy in the city probably figures it's just when it's cold, it's contracting a little bit maybe, and that's when it's opening up the seam. So tomorrow I'll get to price out what a new one is. Of course, I'm not going to take it to the dealership to put in. I'll do it myself, but hopefully it's not an arm and a leg and another arm for the part. But, I guess we'll find out. It's one of those things you kind of need it, especially when that has to mount to it, and we don't want that just free-flowing like that. So anyway, that's my little rant. If anybody ever has any stories like these where you wonder why the engineers do that, feel free to comment below. Because, misery loves company, I guess. Everybody have a good night.